Mason? Why don't you ever listen to me? What am I gonna do?
Have you ever asked your child to do something and they simply don't respond? You ask them once, nothing. You ask again, still nothing. Then you say it louder, and suddenly, your child looks at you like they have no idea what you're talking about. You think, why doesn't my child ever listen to me? But what if they're not ignoring you? What if something else is happening?
Why are you being so disrespectful?
A mother asks her child to put away his toys before dinner. She asks once, then twice, then again. But the child keeps playing. The mother becomes frustrated. She thinks he's doing this on purpose. And eventually she says, "Why are you being so disrespectful?" But here's the surprising part. Sometimes a child who doesn't listen isn't trying to disrespect you at all. They may simply be having trouble stopping what they're doing, processing your words, or knowing exactly what you want them to do. And understanding that difference can completely change the way you communicate with your child. Think about what happens when a child is deeply focused on something. They're building with blocks, watching something interesting, drawing a picture, playing a game. Their brain is focused on one thing. Then suddenly, an adult says, "Put everything away, get your shoes, clean your room, and come downstairs." To an adult, that may sound like one simple request, but to a child, that's several tasks arriving at once. And when the brain is already focused on something else, the first reaction may be nothing. Not because the child doesn't care, but because switching attention can be difficult.
Clean up the toys, put on your shoes, and come downstairs, right now.
Clean up, shoes, stairs?
Yes, all of them. What are you waiting for?
I don't know where to start.
One of the biggest mistakes parents make is repeating the same instruction again and again. Clean your room. Clean your room. I said clean your room. Eventually, the child learns something unexpected. The first instruction doesn't really matter. They can wait until mom or dad says it 5 more times. And when frustration increases, the conversation can quickly turn into yelling. The parent feels ignored. The child feels pressured. And nobody is actually solving the problem.
Clean your room. I said clean your room. I've told you 3 times. Clean up this mess.
So before asking, "Why won't my child listen?" ask a different question. Did my child actually understand what I asked? Was the instruction clear? Was it short enough? Was your child looking at you? Were they distracted? Were they tired, hungry, or overwhelmed? And did they have enough time to stop what they were doing? Sometimes, the problem isn't obedience. The problem is communication.
Did my child understand what I asked?
Yes, I did.
Wonderful, my dear.
Before giving your child an important instruction, get their attention. Walk closer, say their name. Get down to their eye level. Wait until they look at you. Then give the instruction. Instead of shouting from another room, "Put your shoes away." Try, "Ivy, look at me for a second." Then, "Please put your shoes by the door." It's a small change, but it tells the child's brain, "This is important. I need to listen." Connection comes before correction.
Ivy, look at me for a second. Please put your shoes by the door.
Children don't always need more instructions. They often need simpler instructions. Instead of saying, "Clean your room, put your toys away, get dressed, and get ready for bed," break it down. Start with one small action. Let's put the toys in the box. When that's finished, give the next step. This makes the task feel possible. And when children experience success, they become more willing to cooperate. Sometimes, less talking creates more listening.
Let's put the toys in the box.
Here's another mistake many parents make. They give an instruction and expect an immediate response. But children sometimes need a few seconds to process what they've heard. So instead of repeating yourself immediately, pause. Give them time. You might say, "It's time to turn off the tablet." Then wait. 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Stay calm. Your child may need those few moments to finish what they're doing. Shift their attention and prepare to respond. A pause can sometimes work better than another command.
It's time to turn off the tablet.
Children naturally want some control over their world. So instead of turning every request into a command, give simple choices when possible. Instead of, "Put your pajamas on now," try, "Do you want to put on the blue pajamas or the green ones?" Instead of, "Do your homework," try, "Would you like to start with math or reading?" The goal isn't to let the child control everything. It's to give them a safe sense of independence. And when children feel involved, they often become more cooperative.
Do you want the blue or green ones?
The blue ones. Hi.
Here's a simple trick many parents overlook. After giving an important instruction, ask your child to tell you what they heard. For example, "Can you tell me what we're doing first?" The child might say, "Put my toys away." Perfect. Now you know they understood, and if they don't, you can explain it again without anger. This isn't a test. It's a communication check. Because the goal isn't simply to make children obey, the goal is to help them learn how to listen, understand.
Can you tell me what we're doing first?
Put my toys away.
Perfect.
Imagine the same child a few weeks later. Mom gets close. She says his name. She makes eye contact. She gives one clear instruction, and instead of shouting, she waits. The child looks up. He understands. He puts his toys away. Not because he is afraid, not because someone yelled, but because he knows what is expected and feels connected to the person asking. That's the transformation. A child who listens better isn't necessarily a child who has been controlled more. Sometimes, it's a child who has finally learned how to communicate successfully with the adults around them.
Thank you for listening. Okay, Mom.
So the next time your child doesn't listen, don't immediately think, "My child is disrespectful." Pause. Get their attention. Use fewer words. Give one clear instruction. Give them time. And when possible, give them a little choice. Because children don't learn better communication through fear. They learn it through connection, patience, and practice. You don't have to win every conversation. You just need to help your child understand and feel understood. Because when children feel heard, they become much more ready to listen. If you found these parenting tips helpful, follow Digital Line Kids for more practical ideas that help children learn, grow, and succeed.
Want more simple parenting tips that actually work? Follow Digital Line Kids for more learning ideas and fun activities. Subscribe now!